Hey, this is RavenWynd.
This is Rain.
You're listening to the Feather and Bone podcast, two witches talking about everything witchy and nothing at all.
I'm most of the nothing at all portion.
Yes.
You're the educational half.
Well, sometimes. I noticed your shirt.
Do you like it?
I like it. I know we talked about it. I didn't know you actually bought it.
You saw me in it before.
Have I?
Yes.
Boy, I'm worse than a man.
But it was after work.
Oh, okay.
You were tired.
That explains a lot.
And it was one of those days where you couldn't even.
Yeah.
So I did not mention the shirt.
Okay.
You had that look on your face.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. So we're going to do just a rambling podcast where we kind of catch people up on some of the craziness that's happened in our life since the last time we did one.
We have some pretty crazy lives.
Like, what the fuck?
You know what? The next time I say I'm bored or you say you're bored, we should punch each other in the face. Because when you really look at our lives, there's nothing boring.
That's true. But we still get, it's like we've gotten so used to the crazy.
Yeah.
That then we get bored, even though crazy things are happening.
My mom says on a regular basis, you and I should write a book.
Oh, yeah.
Just about our everyday lives, and people wouldn't be able to put it down.
Yeah. It would be funny. So the whole cook stove thing from the last podcast kind of took a life of its own. Like, everybody is like weighing in on whether or not they say cook stove.
Oh yeah, on our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then my husband, of course.
Your husband.
He's ornery as hell.
He is.
So now all the time, tell Bev I'm sitting on the sitting chair. I'm gonna go get in the driving car and go somewhere.
Yeah.
My
sleeping bed.
I went to make French fries in the oven for my daughter last night. He goes, put those in the baking oven.
So I don't, and we've discussed this before. But you know what? There's some people that we know from Webster County who also say cook stove.
Yeah, I think it's just a regional thing.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
Ready to see something funny?
I'm ready. I'm watching.
It's as long as she is.
She's like, I'm not going to perform.
She's looking for it on the ground.
She's trying to give him a treat. And the treat is as long as her body.
Did you see her hanging out of her mouth? That was great.
So, you know, there are, because we've talked before, too, about, like, how I'll say case knife instead of butter knife. Fevered stomach.
Ugh.
Like, that bothers you.
It sounds so stupid.
I'll be like, oh, my stomach's fevered. And you'll be like, oh, how can you tell? It's inside you. And I'm like, when I take a drink of something cold, like, I can feel it all the way down.
So then I was like, does that mean your esophagus is fevered too?
And I'm like, fuck you. Like, but the other day, you had been describing what your stomach is feeling like. And I was like, so you mean it feels fevered?
Yeah, like I can't remember what it was I was telling you.
Yeah.
But the joy in your voice over the phone when you said, so you have a fevered stomach?
And you said yes without even skipping a beat. You're like, yeah. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
My stomach was hot.
It was fevered.
It was... Lord.
I don't know, just little, I don't know, like you said, it might just be where Webster County is so isolated. It has been isolated for a very long time.
It really is isolated.
Yeah.
And it's not like you guys could really change that either.
No. It's like, you know, growing up where I grew up, to go to Walmart was an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
To see a movie was an hour and a half away. Like, so anytime you like would go out of the town, like, it was a big deal. Yeah. Like, you know, you're gonna go out of town to go to Walmart. Like, I mean, that's how fucking isolated it is.
The only thing I can think of that my family's, not my whole family, my grandparents said was instead of wash, it was wash. So it was like a wash rag.
Yeah, Daddy would say Obtober instead of October. It was Obtober.
Oh, so there was this lady. Her husband's name was Warsh.
Warsh.
Warsh Peters, that was his name. So she couldn't find him one day. So she stuck her head in. She was going around sticking her head in all these shops, you know. Like, is Peter's here? And they're like, no, I haven't seen him. So she sticks her head in the barber shop, thinking for sure he was there. She goes, Peter's here? And the guy yells out, no, just haircuts and shaves.
Wow. Wow. Where'd you hear that?
My grandmother.
Yeah.
You're like, clearly.
Wow. My dad would always like, he would say like, you know, if an elephant's front legs are doing 50 mile an hour, what are his hind legs doing? And you're like, well, 50 mile an hour. He's like, no, hauling ass.
Like you're the idiot.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
Or have you ever smelt mothballs? Like, yeah, I've smelled them. Well, how'd you get your head between his legs?
Oh!
Yeah. Dad had all kinds of them. He had all kinds of them. But anyway, I think I told the joke about the foot, like where the woman, You did. Yeah, I told it on a podcast about the woman's feet, you know, how her toes were spread out. But you have a funny foot story with your, the lotion.
Oh! Okay, guys. So I was ordering, because as everybody knows, because she tells you every week, I sell Avon.
Yeah, you can find the link to it on the website.
Well, I have never tried their foot lotion at all. So I was reading them off to her while she was at work, and I'm like, which one should I get? And she's like, get this one. So I ordered the one she picked for me, and I was rubbing it on. I was like, oh, this feels great. This is really good lotion. Next thing I know, my fucking lips were numb. Then I
can't feel my face when I use this lotion.
Then I had to scratch like right inside the inside of my nose. And the tip of my nose went numb. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I looked at the lotion bottle, and there's lidocaine to take pain out of your feet in this foot cream.
And you smeared it all over your face. You know,
thank God I just had a shower.
You know what would be funny is if you had called me, I'd have been like, you're having a stroke. That's signs of a stroke.
So it is really good foot lotion. Just don't touch anything on your face.
Yeah. And like, did your hands not get tingly?
No.
That's weird.
Not that I noticed.
Because your feet felt it, and then your face.
I didn't notice it on my feet either, but my feet weren't hurting.
Oh, your face was hurting, so
I guess. I don't know. All I know is my lips went numb, and
God.
the end of my nose was numb.
You sure you weren't having a stroke?
I wasn't what the cat is.
Did you hear that cat? Jeez. These animals, I don't know what we're going to do.
I love all the pictures we're posting lately of our animals with side-eye.
Yeah.
So, guys, y'all got to send us, like in the group or something, all your pictures with side-eye. I think it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, we'll just start like a whole trend in the group of just pets giving side-eye.
Yeah.
So, like, Nyota, sometimes she'll look like she's like bored or depressed. And I'm just like, I play with you all the time. Like, I don't understand why you look like your life is horrible. It's really not. I don't give you food every time you want it.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Doesn't work with me.
Ginger is always giving side-eye.
Well, because she only has the one eye. She's missing one.
Oh, so yesterday, I was working all day, you know, and doing my readings, and somebody rings in. I don't know if they were fucking with me, because it was somebody that gets readings a lot. But he's like, oh, I'm upset. And I'm like, why? He goes, doctor said they have to remove one of my testicles.
I could see how that would be upsetting news to get.
Well, so me,
being
who I am as a person, I started calling him Uniball. He's like, that's not funny. And I'm like, is it going to swing in the center or to one side once it's out?
You know, we have always kind of marveled at why men like for you to be mean to them. Because they do.
They love it. I don't know why.
It's the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
You saw it in the car the other day when I messaged my friend Billy.
Yeah.
I asked him some random question.
Just random, off the wall. Haven't talked to you in months. Here's a stupid question.
And I asked him a stupid question, and he goes, I'm afraid. And I said, just tell me, goddammit, like real aggressive with him.
Yeah.
he loved it and just spilled his guts.
He's like,
he never even asked me why.
Yeah. I don't get it. But your psychic ability is weird anyway.
It really is, guys. I can't explain it.
Because I had mentioned to you that I had fallen asleep in my recliner, and about midnight, the dog woke me up because she had to go outside and pee. And because I was telling you, like, the next morning this, and you would wait a minute.
Yeah.
And you had woke up
at midnight.
At midnight.
Dreaming that Nyota had to pee.
Yeah. So what the fuck?
So from now on, I know to call you if that happens.
Yeah, you need to call me, wake me up, because she's going to piss on my floor.
Yeah, but it's just so bizarre.
I do appliances. You do
animal bladders.
Animal bladders. I don't know. That just. I got nothing. So, okay. So with my job, every now and then I have to drive around. Okay. It's not nearly as much as what we had been doing before.
And it's not as fun because I'm not there.
No, well, most of the time you're on the phone with me, though.
That's true.
But, so I'm driving, and I'm in bumfuck nowhere. Okay. Backwoods of Greenbrier County. Greenbrier County, if you don't know, if you ever watched the movie, like The Hills Have Eyes and shit like that, like, that was supposedly set in Greenbrier County.
See, when I think of Greenbrier County, I always think bougie.
There are some, well, that's because of the Greenbrier Resort.
Lewisburg's pretty bougie.
This was not a bougie section of Greenbrier. This was backwoods. I'm on a 1-lane road, okay? Barely enough room for 2 cars to pass. So you know, like when you're on like the interstate or a 2-lane road, and the Department of Highway dudes will put out the sign that says 1 lane ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm already on a 1-lane road, and there's a sign that says 1 lane ahead.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. What?
I was already on a 1-lane road.
Ginger.
I was already on the 1-lane road, and the DOH guys had put out a sign that said 1 lane ahead. I was so fucking confused.
Oh, yeah, I was on the phone with you.
Yeah, I was so because I was already on a 1 lane.
You were like, how much smaller can this fucking road get?
Yeah, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm already a little bit late to the appointment. Because remember, we wanted to do a podcast that evening.
Yeah.
And I ended up staying at that client's house for like 3 fucking hours.
Yeah.
But,
I'm trying not to say anything because I don't want to say anything that gets you in trouble.
Yeah, don't say anything. But, so that's the kind of, like...
You were so mad that day.
Oh, I was so pissed off.
Yeah. Was that the day? No, that wasn't the day you got stuck in traffic. That was coming back from Huntington.
Oh, yeah. See, I've had, since we've last talked with each other, guys, I've had some really... bizarre car-related shit happen to me. The little 1-lane road thing, what ended up happening is when you got a little bit further up, they were grading. So... instead of just saying, like, construction ahead.
Yeah.
They
said, just grabbed a random sign.
Just like it's orange, it'll make them slow down. Like, that's basically what they did. So we, one of our girlies in the group, took her baby daddy to court.
Well, he threatened her with court.
Well, okay, yeah.
And she called his bluff is what she did.
Yeah, okay, so he threatened her with court and thought that because, like, he had an attorney and she didn't, that she would just give him whatever he asked for because, you know, he's a narcissistic asshole and he thought that would work.
He's a real bully.
He is, and he didn't know that she still had us in her corner.
I love her, by the way.
Yes. So I do what I do best. And
be a bitch.
But in an educated, well-informed way.
It's your specialty.
It really is.
You let him steal your treat, didn't you? Look at her. That's what she did. She let him steal her treat.
Well, it was too big.
Nope, she eats one every day. About this time.
Are you sure that he stole it? Or is she pretending to get another?
I don't see anywhere she could have hidden it. I don't think she's that smart.
So, but anyway, I helped her. You know, I helped her file a response.
Oh, and it was even better than his original.
Oh, it was so fucking perfect because I was fucking quoting courts of higher law and like docket numbers and judges, attorneys' names. Like it was fucking
beautiful. It was a thing of beauty.
Fan-fucking-tastic. I did so great.
It should be in a frame.
Yeah, I did so great that she didn't even have to call any witnesses.
No.
The judge was just like, well.
She was basically like, you don't even have to speak.
Yeah, basically. Because I went to testify in case I needed to testify.
Yeah.
And we had psyched her up. We were getting her ready to fight.
Oh, she was ready to throw down.
Yeah, and she was, but then she walks in and the judge is just like,
you're cool.
Like, wow. Looking at the dude like, what, really?
The judge actually looked at her and said, you don't need to defend yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she didn't even have to say anything.
Yeah. Like, she answered, like, a few questions here and there, but, like, yeah, she didn't have to convince the judge of anything.
Right.
The only thing she did is every time that the guy would tell a lie, she'd be like, well...
She's like...
yeah, like, let me just... And then, like, and I told her, I said, you need to be prepared. So she had a fucking 3-ring binder. It was a thing of beauty.
It was beauty. It was beautiful.
And every time that, like, that he would say something that was untrue, she'd be like, well, according to my documents, like, flipping through it.
Page 37, Section A.
It was great. It was fucking fantastic. So,
she's sweaty. What the hell?
Ooh.
Have you been hanging out with Tepera?
Oh, thanks. My cat does get sweaty.
Well, you said to me, okay, guys, this is funny. Everybody should know at this point that her cat, Tepera, is a hairless Sphinx cat. She's real pretty. Because she's not that plain...
She's not flesh colored.
She's not ball sack colored.
Yeah, she's like a black and white hairless cat.
Yeah, she's real pretty. And she I can't even say it without laughing. She goes, okay, she shows me this picture of a bedspread.
Oh, yeah.
She'd really like to have... She goes, I'd love to have this bedspread, but I can't get it. And I looked at the price and I go, why not? You can afford that easy. She goes, because Tepera leaves grease spots.
She does. I can't have anything white. Because, like, if she sits in the same spot.
Do you want her?
Like, she'll make.
I think she wants close to you.
Bye, Ginger. You going to hold it like that the whole time?
I'll just hold it.
Okay. But yeah, she will. She'll leave. But anyway, so after court, like, we're all just, I mean, we're not together, but we're all like mentally high-fiving each other because it was like fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, and you guys called me and gave me a play-by-play.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was great.
So I'm on my way home. And on my way up there, I was not paying attention to signs. Because there was a sign that notified me that the return side of the interstate on that bridge would not be open.
Oh.
And that I would need to detour. Okay. I was not paying attention.
And you didn't have me there to tell you to pee before you left the courthouse.
Yes. So,
guys, I tell her to pee all the time.
It's ridiculous how much I have to have someone remind me that. But, so... all of a sudden, I am in bumper to bumper, not moving, locked down traffic. Okay. The most I would move would be like maybe 2 miles an hour for like 8 or 10 feet.
And I was on the phone with this woman most of it.
Oh, I was stuck in there like 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours.
Mad.
Yeah.
You were like, you were so angry that you had reached a level of angry calm.
Yeah.
And that's scary when that happens.
So I'm sitting there, and the part where I'm at is 3 lanes of traffic. I'm in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I ended up with a semi in front, behind, and on each side. Thoroughly boxed in. Okay?
She starts freaking out. They're getting out and handing each other food and magazines.
It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. All of these fucking, like all of the truck drivers were sharing, like, cups of coffee and, like, magazines, and, like, a sandwich was, like, I didn't get it. I'm like, because I had a brother that used to do over-the-road trucking.
Yeah.
And you do have a little apartment in there, like, just without a bathroom. Like, they'll have little refrigerators, microwaves, everything. But I'm just like, this is the weirdest. Like, are they talking to each other on radios? Like, does anybody have a sandwich? I'm hearing the blue rig. Getting kind of hungry. Sugar's dropping. Like what are they, But I'm sitting there and I'm boxed in, and the big tanker in front of me starts rolling backwards.
Yeah. And
I can't get away because I've got one behind me and two on each side. And
I start hearing, is he going to hit me? Is he going to hit me? He's hitting me!
Yeah. So this big fucking truck, and like all the other trucks that could see it were honking their horns, like trying to get the other truck to stop.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just like, oh my God. So we get the number off the tanker.
Because it did hit her.
Yeah, it hit my car. And I call the number on the tanker. And they're like, well, man, did you get out and see if it did any damage? I'm like, no. Like, it just rolled back into me, and you want me to stand behind it? Really?
Well, then you saw the driver get out for something.
Oh, I got so mad.
And it was an old woman.
Yes.
Guys, for some reason,
The fact that it was a woman
really pissed her off even more.
I was like, you know what? You shouldn't be fucking working in something that you can't control.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how sexist it is. If you're a woman, you need to be able to drive a rig before you get in it.
Yeah.
And she clearly could not. The only thing I could think of is that she had instead of putting it in park, she had her foot on the brake.
Yeah.
And as she was sitting there, her foot got lax.
Yeah.
And she started rolling backwards.
I don't know.
Oh my God, I just, I got so mad.
Well, so then she has to pee.
Bad. Like.
Because she didn't have me to tell her to pee.
And now, mind you, I've been in traffic for about 3 hours at this point. Mm-hmm. Now, I did use the bathroom when I first got to her house. Mm-hmm. But that was like 9:00 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Her hearing was, we were done with her like around 12.
Yeah, it was kind of early in the day.
So I had not peed since 9:00 in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I dropped her off like around 12. So this is like from 9:00 to about 3 p.m. Mm-hmm. I had not peed.
Right.
So I'm dying.
She was really dying.
And I'm still trapped.
And she has like fabric seats in her car, and I'm like, do not pee in your car.
Yeah. So I get on that, like on the GPS thing, so I can try to figure out where I'm at on the interstate. How far till the next exit? Like, of course I'm moving at a snail's pace. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd been in the same kind of area for about an hour, mm-hmm. Just kind of slowly crawling along. And I'm looking at the GPS and I'm like, oh God, the exit's really far away. And I'm still in the middle lane.
Yeah.
And I'm still trapped, So then I see other cars making the smart decision on the turnout to get back and go the other direction, like back the way I came. So now my new goal is to get as far left as I can.
Guys, it was so funny. When she was going through that center thing to turn around, she's like, I don't care if I'm breaking the law.
I was like, I'm going to pee my pants.
It was so funny. It was like she was some kind of rebel.
Yeah. So I finally get over, and I'm able to get back and go to the previous exit. Well, as I'm getting to it, it's one of those exits where there's like an overpass, and I can see that the traffic is backed up even there.
Yeah. Like
off of the exit and I'm like, I'm never going to be able to get anywhere. So I'm like, I'm going to have to go in a complete direction that has nowhere near getting me home. Like I'm going to go toward Ohio. Okay. That's what I did.
Oh God.
Yeah. I had to,
the horror.
There was no, so I'm driving and when you first get off the exit, there is a sign there that says like, there's a Wendy's. So I'm like, perfect. Mm-hmm. They didn't tell you that Wendy's was probably about a good 10 miles once you go through the wilderness. There was nothing like there. And so I'm driving along, and I'm like, it's getting bad. And I'm hitting the steering wheel and I'm like rocking back and forth. I'm like, I'm going to pull over the side of the road and piss.
I was trying to talk her through it.
So I'm driving. And all of a sudden the traffic on the little 2-lane that I'm on stops. There's a tree across the road. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Guys, she was legit going to get out and squat on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Just pee.
She was like, if I was there, I would shield you from anyone seeing. I'm like, at this point, I don't fucking care. Like, I'm going to pee my pants.
I'd be like, there's nothing to see here. Don't look.
Yeah. So then I see this building, and it's the Asbestos union workers.
I go, the what?
I said, hang on, I want to go in here and see if they'll let me pee. So I get off the phone with you, and I go in there, and I walk in, and it just like you could, it was kind of neglected and run down a little bit inside, and like just guys work there.
Well, probably had asbestos.
Well, probably.
Everybody's afraid to touch it to work on it.
So I'm standing with my legs crossed and like kind of bent over, and I look at the guy, and I said, can I please use your bathroom? I'm about to piss my pants. He's like, right there. and points to, he's like, there's a couple different ones you could choose from. It's like men and women.
Yeah.
First, I didn't fucking care. First one I went in, I sat down and I peed and I peed and I peed and I peed some more. It was ridiculous.
Have you noticed when you have to pee that bad, it comes out real slow?
Yes, and it's painful.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't know. It's like your bladder has got, it's like, no, she's not going to let me go. So I need to fortify. And he builds like a retaining wall. I don't know. Like, but it was, so I come out of there and I was like, dude, you just saved my life.
Yeah.
So then I get in the car.
Oh, wait. You mentioned the traffic to him.
Oh, yeah.
And he helped you out again.
Yeah, I mentioned the traffic. I said I was in Huntington this morning, and I said, I just want to go home. I said, I need to get back to Charleston, and I said, and the traffic's bad. And he was like, he's like, well, let me tell you a back road. And so I took the back road, and boy, was it weird back through there. Oh,
yeah. You thought you were going to die at one point.
Yeah, like this big truck decided he was going to take it as well, and it was not a road.
And you were yelling, he's not certified to be traveling on this road.
Yeah. And I'm like, there's even a sign. There's a sign that says no large trucks. But there's like a random castle. Like I'm driving along, and there's like just a random fucking castle.
That's funny.
With like turrets and everything. And I was like... It's like, what the fuck? I found it on GPS.
You're like, don't fire the cannons.
Yeah. It was fucking weird. I don't know. But so I've had some issues with cars. I've had some issues.
Yeah.
With cars.
I haven't gone anywhere, so I don't have any to talk about.
You know what? It's so funny. Because I think it was maybe a couple days after that, we were picking on your daughter pretty hardcore.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This was fucking funny.
It was great.
I sit in here in my den, and all of a sudden I hear from her bedroom, Mom! And I'm on the phone with Bev, as usual.
Yeah.
So I got up, and Bev hears my feet running through the house. She's like, what are you doing? And I got real quiet. And she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm hiding.
Yeah, she was whispering into the phone. I'm hiding.
So then she's whispering back.
And I'm like, why am I whispering?
So all I did was go hide in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I sat on top of the dog food bin.
Yeah.
Which anybody that was really looking would have seen me there.
Yeah, because what she did is she kind of just looked in from the den. She didn't walk in. Because, like, in your kitchen, like, you have, like, a little area that's like a pantry.
Yeah.
There's no doors on it, but it is set back away from the rest of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just sitting there. She's walking all through the house.
Mom.
Where's Mom? Hey, Dad. Where's Mom? And I had already motioned for him to not say anything. And he's like, I don't know. And so then you wanted in on the joke.
Oh, yeah.
So now here's your turn to tell your...
So...
This is hysterical.
I text her, and I said, did you check outside? Or no, did you check the garage?
Yeah.
And she's like, why would she be in the garage? Now... How, like, we're waiting for her to pick up on the fact. Like, how do I know she's looking for her mother? Right? But she's not. And she's like, she's not in the garage.
So, yeah, we heard her come holler at Ken, like, hey,
yeah.
I need to check in the garage. Bev says she might be in there. And...
Yeah. So while she's in the garage, I tell you, run to the basement.
Yeah, so I ran down in the basement, and I have a closet that's just for me down there.
Yeah.
It's a big walk-in closet. And so I'm just hanging out in my little walk-in closet.
So she texts me, she's like, she's not in the garage. And I'm like, well, maybe she's in her car. Did you look and see if she's setting it? Because you do that. Like, that's not a weird thing for me to say.
Right, I commonly...
It's weird that it happens.
I will come home and not get out of my car.
She'll just sit in her car for like 30, 40 minutes.
Well,
like,
the seat warmer feels good.
Yeah. And you're alone.
Yeah, I'm alone.
So I'm like, look in the car. She's like, she's not in her car. And I can hear the dog barking. So I'm like, what's Boomer barking at?
Yeah.
And she still doesn't get it at this point. She still has not caught on to the fact that I am listening somehow. So she goes, are you here? And I'm like, no, I'm not there. Is my car there? Like, no, I'm not there. So now it's starting to click. It's starting to click for her. She's like, you're on the phone with my mom, aren't you? And I said, no. I said, if I was on the phone with your mom, I would tell you where she's at.
So then she has to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
And while she's in the bathroom, I run up here and sit my happy ass right back in the den where I had been to begin with.
I was like, tell her you've been there the whole time.
But she was so fucked up from the whole thing.
She was. Eventually, she caught on and...
Oh, she said she's going to get revenge on us, though.
Well, and I could see it happening.
And she's pretty vengeful.
Yeah.
So
it was great, though.
But she had like a big-ass grin on her face, but she was mortified that we would fuck with her.
Yeah.
Like, she never dreamed.
She's like, what?
Me? What? Like, she thinks we only do that to her brother, but never to her.
Sometimes to your husband.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
I fuck with him on a daily basis.
That was just fucking perfect. It was like the most fun I have had since the masquerade.
Guys, if anybody wants to see a picture of my husband, the man who puts up with my douchebaggery, I put a picture of him in the group with the cat.
Yeah.
He does put up with a lot for me.
He does.
He's got to be the most patient person on the planet.
He really, really does.
And he knows I shit talk him up and down.
Yeah.
He knows it. He doesn't care.
He likes it.
Yeah. He's like, you love me. I'm like, yeah, I do.
So speaking of douchebaggery.
Yes.
I was called a boomer today.
Okay.
A boomer. I mean, do I look like I was born during the baby boom after the war?
No.
Okay.
You don't look close to 70 to me.
Thanks. I needed that.
So you look a little younger.
Yeah. So here's what happened. I was in one of these witch groups. I'm not going to say which one.
Can I say it?
No.
Okay.
Or I would just say it. Because I don't know who runs it. I don't have a problem with the group. I have a problem with one person in the group.
Oh, okay.
It's not the whole group.
So it wasn't an admin or anything.
Well, I don't know. The admin may have come in and cleaned up the mess afterwards. I was blocked. By
I went and tried to look.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm not in that group, but I was looking through the posts, and there's nothing there. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
Where you were running your mouth.
Douchebaggery.
Because this is what happens when I take a nap, and I can't tell her not to do stuff. She always starts trouble.
Here's what happened. Somebody had posted and asked about, has anyone ever used psychedelics for like their spiritual work, like to do shadow work or self, what was that word you just used earlier today? I told you the definition of it, but I can't.
I've used a lot.
I can't say it. Introspection.
Yes.
Yes. And so I commented, and all I said was that I think that if you're turning to psychedelics to do that kind of stuff, there's other problems.
I can agree with that.
Okay. So it wasn't like I was, I didn't say do it. I didn't say don't do it. I just said, hey, in my opinion, if that's what you're doing, there's some other issues.
Why would somebody skip? That's like going from 0 to 60. Why not try guided meditations for it?
Yeah. So, of course, because it's the internet.
People are brave on the internet.
Yeah, there was some woman who got on there and she was like, told me that she was like, well, that was a completely ignorant thing to say. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, actually, it wasn't ignorant. I'm a social worker. My career has been spent dealing with people who have lost their homes, their family, their children, their jobs, everything. Mm-hmm. Because they decided to do drugs.
Well, and a lot of people think, one time won't hurt.
Yeah, and I made that point too. And I said that, that some people, no matter what the substance is, can get addicted the first time they use it.
Right.
And I said, why the fuck would you want to risk everything for spiritual enlightenment?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point, And
who's to say it's even spiritual enlightenment?
Yeah. So that got her just up in a tizzy again. And I'm still being, like, I don't think I've been bitchy or anything up to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just saying, like, listen, like, what is the connection? Like, why drugs, it doesn't connect to me. And, so she just fucking lost her mind. And, she was adamantly talking about drug use and everything. I said, listen, I haven't told anybody anything. I stated my opinion. I said, you're defending it awfully hard.
Mm-hmm.
So that pissed her off. And she come back on there, and I forget what all she said, but she's like, we're done, boomer, or something like that. Called me a boomer. So I put a laughy face on that comment because she called me a boomer.
Yeah.
Because that's like a fucking, like, I thought just teenagers said boomer.
Yeah.
I've never seen full-grown adults refer
anybody with an education.
Oh, yeah. She tried to say she was a social worker as well.
Oh, I don't believe that.
If she's a social worker, it's another state, or she's never been licensed in West Virginia, because I went and looked.
Did you tell her that?
No, because she blocked me after, because I put the laughy face. So she comes back, and she puts like 2 more comments, and I forget what that's how much of an impact it really had on me. I don't even fucking remember what she said.
Well, you really impacted her.
Oh, I'm telling you. So she puts like a couple more comments, and I was like, I thought we were done.
Yeah.
Like, you said we were done two comments ago.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Yeah.
And it really got on her nerves. And so then she blocked me on everything.
Yeah.
And, but I couldn't believe I got, so I don't think what I was doing was like even my normal level of douchebaggery. Like, this was mild.
Mild douchebaggery.
It was mild. It was very mild.
But I have to say, I know you.
Yeah.
As you were doing it.
Oh, yeah.
You knew you were ruffling.
Oh, yeah. Well, because see, here's the thing.
Some feathers.
You want to get on someone's nerves, don't respond.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're looking for you to give that back to them.
Mm-hmm.
So you wait. They're not going to be able to help themselves. And you let them get a couple more comments in. And then you're like, dude, like, you're the one that wanted to drop it. Like, drop it.
Yeah.
Like, because now they look like they're unstable. And I like that. So I was called a boomer. And the post, like, first they deleted all my comments. So I went back on there and I said, yo, where's my comments? And then, like, now the post isn't even accessible. Like, nobody can see it now. And
on a serious note, though,
it's just like, let me bring this back in.
because I'm so often serious.
Yes.
Everybody I hear talk about spiritual enlightenment, it's all about cleansing your body.
Yeah.
And eating healthy and clearing yourself out.
Yeah.
Because, mind, body, spirit, it's all interconnected. So, just in my personal opinion, how is putting a psychedelic drug in your system enlightening?
Yeah. The dude was like, I'm going to grow shrooms.
Just personally, I'm saying, seems to me like that would lower your energetic vibrations.
Yeah. Well, and my thing is like, if you want to do drugs, just do drugs.
Don't use spiritual enlightenment as an excuse.
Yeah, like don't say like, oh, I want to do some shadow work and I want to, spiritual enlightenment. And that was another thing I pointed out to her, because she was saying that like that the type of drugs that they're talking about, people don't get physically addicted to them, that they may get used to having it to deal with life. And I'm like, that's basically the definition of addiction. Like,
what is she talking about?
Yeah, if she's a social worker, she must have got it from like the Cracker Jacks box, because
Kmart.
Like Kmart, one of the Kmart's that's going out of business. She got it on clearance. Because like that's what addiction is. It's when you turn to a substance to deal with and I even mentioned in the comment before she blocked me and all this happened, when she kind of gave that excuse, and I said, I've worked with addicts.
Yeah.
And I've heard all the excuses. And
that sounds to me the same thing as these people saying I'm not an alcoholic, but I'd have to have a drink every day to relax.
yeah.
You've
You're
become
an alcohol. You've
become dependent. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. She was talking about LSD and like all this stuff, and I'm just like, and she said she uses it and it helps her with her. Yeah. So I'm just like,
And she's a social worker.
well, she said that she used to be a social worker.
She probably got fired.
Well, and she's never been licensed in the state of West Virginia, because even when your license is done and over, you stay on the registry. Mm-hmm. She may have worked in a social work job, like, because you worked in a social work job.
Yeah, but I wasn't a social worker.
You wasn't a social worker.
I was a paraprofessional.
Yeah. So I don't know, you know, maybe that's what it is, but
and paraprofessional is even a nice, important sounding title when actually all I did was supervise visitations. Like,
yeah. I'm a paraprofessional. I haul babies around.
And then I stare at them.
And I stare at them while their parents try not to give them meth.
I used to love telling people, I'm a paraprofessional.
Oh,
What's
God.
that? And I'm like, it always took me back, like, I don't know.
Yeah. You're like, well.
It means semi-professional,
Yes,
but not really.
But you know what? In the circles we travel in, though, para is something completely different.
That's true.
Like paranormal.
I'm a ghost professional.
Yes.
Nah, that's Carrie and Teresa.
Yeah.
They're our ghost people.
Yeah.
There was something I was going to tell you and I completely forgot what it was.
Oh, well, you know what? I was just thinking about the DJ of Webster County.
Oh. I can't hold the phone for this one. It'll be shaking everywhere. Okay, guys.
So
you remember she has mentioned, I believe you mentioned it on the podcast.
That I'm kind of haphazardly found myself in charge of planning my 20-year high school reunion.
Yes. You mentioned
now,
that, right?
Well, I think I have, but if I haven't, guys, I've kind of haphazardly found myself planning my 20-year high school reunion. Now, okay, keep in mind that I was never the popular one. I did not hang out in the same groups as some of the other people. My family was very poor. So, like, just the fact that I'm the one spearheading this is just mind-boggling to me.
It's pretty funny.
So we finally I was raising money, and you know we have a venue.
You had to like get mean.
I did. Everyone was. I was like, guys, if people don't donate money, I can't get a place for us to have the reunion. I'm not paying for it out of my own pocket. Mm-hmm. You know. And like every place that I looked at for the size we would need would be like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
To rent the space, and I'm like, I'm not doing that, you know. But they donated money, and I was able to get a place, and through teamwork and through teamwork. But so then I'm telling you that like now the thing is like we need to figure out like catering and a DJ.
And I said, well, at the ambulance company,
yeah,
my husband works for, there's a guy we know who's a radio DJ.
Yeah.
Who used to work there, and we're still friends with him. I bet you could get him to come DJ the party.
And I said,
this is the best fucking part.
I said, because he's down in Boone County, right? So I was like, I don't see him willing to go all the way to Webster County to DJ. And I said, when I was young, the school teacher, Mr. Eddie Mazzella, was the DJ. I said, I don't know if he does it anymore. I said, but there's another guy who's younger and also a teacher, and he's a DJ. And I was like, he's like the DJ of Webster County.
You said the
DJ of Webster. Well, he's the only one we have.
He's got a monopoly on the Webster County DJ circuit.
So I was like, I just need to get a hold of him and see if, you know, we can book him. But you just like, you lost your mind over me saying like, you know, he's the DJ.
It's because I've been to Webster County.
Webster County.
That's not like something to be excited about.
It's like whenever time there's a party and like they're like, oh, is Mark DJing? Yeah, Mark's DJing. Like he's the DJ of Webster County.
My God.
So, yeah. It's
not like something to be excited about. I'm like the DJ of Webster County.
Ooh. Well, I can't say say he's one of the he's the DJ. He's the only one we have.
Wow.
This small town stuff really cracks you up.
It really...
And, and I have been to fucking Pratt.
That's what's so funny about it. My town was smaller than yours.
Yeah.
Mine had like 2 stop signs and they weren't even signs. It was like spray painted on the road.
Well, because I talk about Webster County. And even the whole county of Webster is still more hick than your one little town in Kanawha County.
I know.
You know?
My little
I'm like, I've been to Pratt. Fuck you.
How many people you think are in Pratt? 700?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Yeah. Maybe.
It's tiny. Like, there's nothing there. There used to be a little gas station with one pump, and you could go in there and buy eggs and milk, but that got closed.
Okay, guys. You want to know how small Webster County is?
How small is it?
There's 2 grocery stores in the whole county. Now, obviously, there's like little mom and pop places that like may sell bait and bread,
That's like our bar here in Oak Hill.
Yeah.
It says beer, bait, and Avon.
I've
got some competition.
Yeah. There's only because obviously like gas stations and little, tiny country stores like that will have a few things. But like if you're talking like an actual big grocery store with produce, there's only 2 in the whole county.
That's really sad.
And they're owned by the same person. I don't know how many Dollar Generals we have. I know for sure we have 2 Dollar Generals in the county. We may have 3. I don't really know much about like the Diana Hacker Valley side of Webster County. I don't think that they have a Dollar General either. So there's two Dollar Generals that I'm sure of. One Family Dollar.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking the Rite Aid out though.
Oh no. What are people going to do?
When Walgreens bought out Rite Aid, they decided
Webster County didn't need one.
That Webster was not profitable for pharmacy, so they closed it.
I can see why.
Well, but now there's more pharmacies in Webster County than there are grocery stores.
There's probably more drug abuse in Webster County than any other county.
There is. There's there's a pharmacy in Cowan. There's 2 pharmacies in Webster Springs.
Really?
Yeah, there's the Highlander Pharmacy.
Jesus Christ.
Named after our high school mascot, the Highlander. And there's a pharmacy in the hospital.
What's a Highlander?
On our mascot is a Highland guy in a kilt, playing a bagpipe. That's what they say a Highlander is. Why are you tapping your mouth?
I'm trying not to laugh at you.
Go ahead. That's the point. Yeah, it's the Webster County Highlanders. Our colors, black and red. Okay.
Sure.
They have the Highlander games once a year.
Okay.
Do you know what the Highlander games are?
Do they throw sticks or some shit?
No. It's like 2 or 3 days where like half of the day.
I remember there was a big family argument in your family about the Highlander games a few years back.
Oh.
Somebody not doing something they should do because they wanted to go to the Highlander games or something.
I don't remember which. I think that was something to do with Lawrence, maybe.
Probably.
But no, at the Highlander games, it's like 2 or 3 days in school. They may have knocked it down to 1 day because they're assholes now. But back when I was in high school, it was like 2 or 3 days. And like half of the school day, everyone met in the gym. And you would watch people compete in different games. Like there was like tug of war, climbing rope. They usually do like basketball.
I can climb a fucking rope.
Yeah.
Like a spider monkey.
I could see that.
I climbed all the way to the rafters in my gym.
Yeah.
And the whole time everybody's screaming at me, "Get down, you've gone too far." And I'm like, "No, you can't stop me."
Freedom! That's a Highlander. Freedom! I'd like to see you try to climb something now, though.
I could.
You think you could climb
a
rope now?
I watched.
Does it have knots in it?
That one did, but I've climbed one without. All you gotta do is use the Chuck Norris method.
Yeah. What's the Chuck Norris method?
That's where I learned how to climb a rope. Was a movie with Chuck Norris in it. He was teaching this little kid.
So what's the method?
I can't show you. I don't have a rope.
Can you, like, describe it in words?
No.
Because they couldn't see it either, even if we did have a rope.
Well, all the cool people will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it must not be cool.
It's very cool. It's exclusive.
It's exclusive.
No, there was a movie back in the day, and this kid, I don't know, he was struggling or some shit, I don't know. And he had an imaginary friend, a.k.a. Chuck Norris. And one day he was in gym class and everybody's laughing at him because he couldn't climb the rope. Chuck's like, hey, buddy, look, you just do it like this. You put all the weight in your legs. That way you can just pull with your arms without holding all your weight. And I'm like, well, I'll be goddamn. You know what I'm talking about.
I've never seen the movie. But, like, I'm sitting here thinking, like, well, if you just let your legs relax and you put all the weight in your legs.
No. Your legs aren't dangling. You're holding your body up with your legs. Look at, she's sitting here thinking. Her eyes are up at the ceiling. Like she's
I'm
serious.
trying to visualize it.
Hang a rope and I will show you how to climb.
Oh, okay. Let me go get my rope out of the back of the car.
But I could climb
and
the rope.
let me climb a tree.
So then,
if I hang a rope from a tree for you, it's going to be a noose. I'm just saying.
So then, my son saw the same movie. So when he was in gym class, he had the same gym teacher, by the way. And the gym teacher was like, now listen, buddy.
Yeah.
He remembered me.
Yeah, don't go to the ceiling.
But my son could climb a rope, too, because of watching that Chuck Norris thing.
So, in the event of a zombie apocalypse.
Hey, Chuck Norris got us A's in gym.
See, I only remember Arnold Schwarzenegger connected to gym class.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yes.
No, I'm older than you. Hey, but I'm so old. This is how old I am.
How old are you?
For gym class, we had to learn how to do a dance to the song Rock Steady.
What's that? Like, if I hear it, I may know it. Who's it by?
I don't know. Look. I'll find it while you talk.
Speaking of old, your husband is going to fucking die.
Why?
Because he has been saying things to you recently.
Oh, yeah, he's going to die.
That, I guess it's because he's home more often now.
Today I told him he's getting fat.
Oh, good. See, because, like,
This might be it, the whispers. Hang on. Oh, this is it. Hang on.
It's playing through your Bluetooth.
Okay. That's how old I am. Sweet. Hey, that was a cool dance, man.
Okay, is that a picture of them recently, or is that what they looked like back when they were singing it?
I don't know.
Because if that's what they looked like back when they were singing it, I bet you they're dead.
Well, the name of the group is The Whispers. So you know it's an old group.
They're dead.
I don't think so.
I think they're dead.
I don't think so. I'm going to add that to my playlist so you have to hear it in the car.
Oh, fuck. We don't ride together anymore.
We're going to.
Oh, fuck.
On March 7th.
Are you driving?
No, but I can connect to your Bluetooth.
I'll turn it off. Anyway.
Okay, everybody's heard of, like, Billy Ocean.
Oh, no. Tell what your husband said to you.
Oh, it's too painful.
Can I tell him?
Okay, so you guys have probably heard, like, several months ago, I had my husband replace the light bulbs in my bathroom because I felt like I couldn't see well enough to maintain the face, like eyebrows and all that. So he puts these light bulbs in there that are like as bright as the fucking sun. Because I had you walk in there one time and you're like, Jesus Christ.
I was like hissing.
Like you get hot. I get hot standing in my bathroom now because the lights are so bright. And so he was in there. We were laying in bed eating Nerds. So
that does not surprise me, guys.
It was a hot date. It was actually on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, he got you some Nerds.
So we're laying in bed eating Nerds, watching TV. And I was like, listen, you're not allowed to go to sleep without brushing your teeth. He's like, why? And I said, because nerds are pure sugar, and every time you take a bite or a drink of something with sugar, the bacteria in your mouth eats it and then shits acid on your teeth for 15 minutes. I said, and that's not just one 15-minute period. It's with every drink and every bite of something with sugar. And he's like, Jesus Christ, fine.
Okay.
So he goes, yeah, pretty much. So he goes in there. I'm like, you don't want bacteria shit eating holes in your teeth. So he goes in there, he's brushing his teeth, and I walk in there. And I was like, I don't remember exactly what I said. Something like, I feel like I'm getting old. Do you see these lines or something on my face?
Yeah.
Because in that bathroom, you can see I come out of the bathroom in a regular light and look 10 years fucking younger. Because that light shows everything. Yeah. He looks at me, and I had him look at my face to see if he could see wrinkles. He goes, I don't see any wrinkles. I just see the bags under your eyes. I was like, oh my God.
And you told me about it, and I was like, does he want to die?
And he goes, are you tired? I said, no, Ken. Those are permanent. I have permanent bags under my eyes. So then yesterday, I've been getting frustrated lately. I'm not fat, but I'm not where I want to be.
I'm fat.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not super heavy, but I'm not where I want to be. I'd like to lose like 5-10 pounds and I'd be happy.
Yeah.
So I'm standing here doing my exercises. I'm running and getting my high marching steps in. And
which look ridiculous. I'm glad you do that in the privacy of your own home.
Hey, they work.
Hey, whatever works. I'm just saying it looks ridiculous.
I got to keep my cholesterol down. So, I'm like, I don't understand. I've cut back on my calories. I'm getting my 10,000 or more steps in a day. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And he said, my husband, in all his great wisdom, looks at me and goes, it's probably your age. And
it's just like...
So he went to let the dogs out. And, he's a skinny. He's thin.
Yeah.
But here, since he's been home, he's
eating more.
He's getting a tiny...
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd call it a pot belly, but he's so...
Scotch pot.
What the fuck is that? Another Webster County?
It's not as big as a beer belly, so it's a Scotch pot.
Okay, we're going to move.
Carry on. Carry on.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
Carry on.
So he's standing at the door waiting on the dogs, and he had just said that comment to me. It's probably your age. Now he's 13 years older than me.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
So
what does that say about him?
So I walk up to him, and I put my hand right on his belly, and I don't like belly touching.
Yeah. I don't like belly touching.
I don't want anybody touching my goddamn belly. So he tried to suck in really quick. And it wouldn't go in. I was like, oh, you gaining weight? You're getting a belly on you and it's hard. Like it's not even soft. It's firm.
Yeah. Like my ass.
So then my ass is pretty fucking firm from all that jogging. But so he's completely naked in front of the closet this morning getting clothes out to go to the doctor. I walk up behind him and I'm rubbing his back. I go down to where actual big love handles would be. And he just has these tiny little barely love handles. But I started grabbing them. I was grabbing them and jiggling them. I was like, oh, you're getting a little fat around the middle. I said, maybe it's your age. He didn't talk to me for about 15 minutes. I just, he deserves it. You don't fucking say that shit to women. No. And I told you to go get 2 spoons and put them in the freezer and then in front of him, stand there with the spoons on your eyes. Yeah. And when he says anything to you about what the fuck are you doing? Be like, well, somebody told me that I have baggy eyes. Wouldn't want you to have to look at them. Because I'll be 44 this year, and I am starting to get more self-conscious about... Yeah. I mean, your body's going to change no matter what you do, but I'm suddenly noticing it more. And you're able to talk me through it, and I feel fine. But his dumbass...
He's like, no, honey, I don't see any wrinkles. Just your enormous under eye bags. It's no No, honey, I don't think you're menopausal. You're just old.
That's another thing he said. He's like, I don't know how it came up. It was the same night as the weight thing. Probably it was last night, wasn't it?
It was
recent.
Yeah.
And he said, I said, I'm dreading menopause. I said, it hit Mom in her late 40s. I said, so if I'm like my mom, it's only a few more years and I'll be hitting menopause. He's like, God, that's going to suck. He goes, more for me than you. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I said, I can take black cohosh and soy.
Yeah.
And I won't have the hot flashes and all that. He goes, it's not that I'm worried about. And he started tapping his temple. And he goes, it's your brain. You're going to go crazy. And I feel sorry for myself. I almost threw a dog at him. Like I was holding Ginger. I got ready to choke her.
Don't throw the dog.
And then he's like, see what I mean?
Well, he has a point on that one.
I stopped myself, though, because I'm like, I shouldn't toss living creatures as weapons.
Yeah. So I think that kind of catches everybody up. Because that, like you said, that was just last night or the night before.
I know there's more that's happened, because I was going to mention it earlier, but we were talking about something else, and I can't think of it.
Yeah. Well, if you do, you can send it to me in a text, and we'll catch it on the next one.
You sure that's everything?
That's everything I had to text to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stuff happens all the time.
Every fucking day.
We don't always remember to write it down to share.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every goddamn day. All right, guys.
Well, you've been listening to the Feather and Bone podcast, two witches talking about everything witchy and nothing at all. I just did the opening for the closing.
Did you?
Yeah, you can find us on the internet at featherandbone.net. There you can buy some Avon. If you want some of that awesome foot cream, it's the cracked heel cream.
If you need to numb your body for anything.
Yeah. If you need to numb any portion of your body.
You were thinking we could use that before we get a tattoo.
Yeah, I don't know how long it would last, because you said it didn't like stick around that long.
Not on my lips, no.
Yeah. So you have a cat wanting in, so I'll close up. Remember, it's magic, motherfuckers.